Hello, so this is so after the rookie showcase game, you get your skill point, and I just screw around with it, and then you get interviewed by three teams, and if you want to
Greetings,
see
I'm the
any of
GM and
these, you
Director
can
of Player
pause
Personnel
it.
for the Pacers. We have the 15th pick in the draft, and we're looking at potentially using this pick on you. First, though, we would like to get to know you better by asking you a couple of questions. Let's get to it. We realize that here in Indianapolis, we don't have the appeal of some of the big market teams. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization, someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Indiana Pacers. We need someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of this team. Is that someone you?
To be honest with you, I'm a big city kind of guy. I don't think Indianapolis has the type of vibe I'm looking for. You feel me? I'm sure you guys have a great organization and a great fan base. It's not for me. All right?
All right then, one more. Being in the NBA brings a lot of responsibilities, and some people just aren't ready for it, if you know what I mean. What are your plans once you get that first paycheck?
Easy. I want to get a nice pad, man. One that has plenty of room so my boys can crash. Let's see, what else? I'm a huge shoe collector, so I can finally get all those old retro Jordan kicks. I love those, man. Cars, watches, whatever I want, man. If I put in the time in the gym and on the court, the world will be at my fingertips, baby.
Thanks for your time. It was a little disappointing, to be honest, but I appreciate you being upfront with us. Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us, so much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number one. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
Honestly, no thanks. I'm looking to come into this league and win right away. I want rings, titles. I feel like your franchise has a long road to recovery before it's ready to compete again. And I'm just not willing to give the time to wait that out.
Let's see, one more question, if you don't mind. If you were a GM, where would you draft yourself in this draft?
Easy. I'd draft myself top 3 without giving it a second thought. I may not look like it right now, but I guarantee you people will look back on this draft and ask themselves, what were all those teams thinking when they passed on this guy? Guaranteed, baby.
I appreciate your honesty answering my questions. Best of luck to you in the draft. Well played out there tonight. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the GM of the New York Knicks. We currently have the 17th pick in the draft and are narrowing down our list of draft targets. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. We really feel like we have a great piece in Amari. We think that given a chance to develop, you and Amari can form a potent front line for this team. What do you think about that assessment?
I think that's true, but the potency will be coming entirely from me. No disrespect to Stat, but I think I'm going to be the cog that turns the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like Melo and I would be the centerpieces with Amare complementing my game in the front court. You're probably sitting there thinking I'm crazy, and that's cool. I know me, and I just don't see my talents working in New York right now.
Interesting. Next question. Like LA, playing in New York is like playing under the microscope. Your every move on the court will be critiqued and analyzed by the fans who expect nothing less than a championship year in and year out. Beyond that, your every move off the court will be chronicled and fed to the public by the paparazzi. What I'm trying to ask you is, are you ready for this? Is this a lifestyle you can feel comfortable living while still maintaining your full focus on the team?
Yes, definitely. I was born ready for this. It'd be an honor to play for one of my favorite teams as a kid growing up. Getting the chance to play alongside Melo and Amare? Wow. How can anyone not want that?
Well, I can see that we are not a match, unfortunately. Good luck to you on draft night.
So after they talk to you, it comes the NBA draft, and they're gonna show you the mock draft, which is right here. So here's the mock draft. You can pause this if you want, and I'm gonna
Good
show you they
evening
do it
and welcome
like
to
a
the
detail report on
2011
everyone.
NBA Draft.
And so let's start the
Tonight marks
draft.
the realization of a dream for the best young players in the world, a reward for their many years of dedication and hard work. It's also a time of extraordinary hope and excitement for our fans and our teams. For those of you watching on television in more than 200 countries and territories, and of course to all of our wonderful fans right here, thank you for joining us. I know the young men hoping to hear their names called tonight can't wait to compete against the best basketball players in the world. So let's get started.
So David Stern talks for a
With the
little bit, and
15th
then
pick in
here
the
comes the draft.
2011 NBA Draft,
And this is my
Indiana
mock
Pacers
draft
select
pick.
Lee
They did not
McDaniel
select
from the
me,
University of Oregon.
and I figured out that if you answer no to all
With the
three teams,
26th pick
you're gonna
in the
get drafted much later,
2011 NBA Draft,
which is
the Dallas
right here.
Mavericks
I get
select
draft 26.
the big man from
So
Israel.
if you want to go to a team, if you can just answer yes, and then you will be on that team, probably with a high percentage. But if you don't, you're gonna get to a really low pick like me. And there's a contract, you can't really refuse it, you have to accept it. So once you get in the team, they're gonna send you like a letter, and then you can open it, and then it's gonna show you a billboard of you. Nice. So that's the player.